Hello, BSFT second. Today's online lecture topic is storage methods for fruits and vegetables. As we know that fruits and vegetables are very much important part of human diet. And what is food? Food is any substance containing nutrients such as carbohydrate, proteins and fat that can be ingested by a living organism and metabolized into energy and body tissue making is considered as food. Food has many parts, cereals and pulses, apart from fruits and vegetables, and meat products, dairy products. But men cannot live on only those. Fruits and vegetables are essential part of balanced diet and good health. Nutritionists also advocate 60 to 85 gram of fruits and 360 gram of vegetable per capita per day in addition to other foods sources. Fruits and vegetables are good sources of vitamin and minerals. Some fruits and vegetables have medicinal purposes. So these are important part of diet, so these need proper food storage. Why they need proper food storage? To maintain food quality by retaining flavor, color, texture and nutrients. Flavor, color and texture are needed to maintain, to attract the end user, because end user will only purchase the good quality fruit and vegetables. And nutrients are important to retain because they help the man's body to grow in a positive manner. So food storage is a process in which both cooked can be intermediate food product which is ready to cook, or processed food material which is ready to eat, and also raw material are stored in appropriate conditions for future use. The main purposes of storing food are to preserve crops to consume out of season, keep good food in good conditions, slow down aging, protect from degrading or frost, provide even supply is equal to avoiding glut and prevent shortages to obtain higher prices, because the supply chain balance is a very necessary thing for both farmers as well as consumer. Glut, the surplus, can affect the farmer's economic condition. It will deteriorate the farmer's economic condition because it will lowers the gluts, lowers the prices. Shortages higher the prices. The hike in prices is there when shortages are there. So this affects the consumer. So balance in both is very necessary. Now we know the purposes of food storage. Now basis of food laws and preservation. Now we know that the fruits and vegetables are live commodities, and we can see from this figure, we can understand the mechanism of aging and food laws. What in middle there is a fruit. In middle there is written C6H12O6, which is glucose, the metabolic product of fruit or end product of the metabolism. And metabolism is a result of respiration. So O2 oxygen is there which food product, fruit or vegetable receives. Because of respiration, three things the food system emits, that is carbon dioxide, heat, water. This is the product of metabolism, because when oxygen is there, carbon dioxide goes out from the system, and in this process heat is generated which helps in releasing water and ethylene. This is ethylene. C2H4 is ethylene. So we know the mechanism of aging and food loss. So these things increase the food loss. So basically we have to restrict the metabolic process to extend the shelf life. So now there is a table. Table heading is classification of horticultural commodities according to their relative rates of respiration. This table has three columns. First is class, second is respiration range at 5 degrees centigrade, what amount of mg carbon dioxide is releases, and the commodities. Now, if respiration range is at 5 degrees centigrade is below 5, the class is known as very low, and the commodities are dried, which has lower moisture content like dates, nuts, dried fruits and vegetables. Low respiration range is emission of carbon dioxide is 5 to 10 mg. This is low, and fruits and vegetables are apples, citrus fruits, grapes, etc. Then moderate range is 10 to 20 mg carbon dioxide emission at 5 degrees centigrade, and fruits are apricot, banana, cherry, blueberry, etc. Then if emission is 20 to 40 mg, then it is known as high, then high respiration range, then very high is 40 to 60, and extremely high for all leafy vegetables and soft sensitive vegetables like mushroom, parsley, peas, and that is more than 60 mg carbon dioxide emission. So respiration rate depends on the temperature, oxygen and carbon dioxide, humidity, mechanical injury and disease, and pest infection. If temperature increases, respiration rate increases. If oxygen increases, respiration rate increases. If carbon dioxide increases, the respiration rate decreases, because in aerobic respiration, if carbon dioxide concentration increases, the rate of respiration decreases. Then humidity, if humidity increases, then respiration rate also decreases, because humidity is the moisture content in the environment where the fruits and vegetables are kept. If moisture content is higher in environment, higher than required, then it can lower the respiration rate. Then mechanical injury, diseases and pest infection can increase the respiration rate, because it can increase the metabolic activity and depletion or deterioration of the fruits and vegetables. So these are the factors Now, role of temperature in food storage. Temperature is the most important environmental factor because it has a profound effect on the rates of biological reactions. Within the physiological range of temperature, that is 0 to 30 degree centigrade, the velocity of biological reaction increases 2 to 3 fold per every 10 degree centigrade rise in temperature. So, velocity of a biological reaction. Now, what is the biological reaction? That is the change in the nutritional as well as chemical parameters like carbohydrate, protein, fat, the changes due to temperature in those parameters like moisture content, like texture, like shriveling of the skin. These are the biological reactions which can biological deteriorations which can increase 2 to 3 fold per every 10 degree centigrade rise. This is known as Q10 effect or Q10 factor. This Q10 can be calculated by dividing the reaction rate at a higher temperature by the rate at a 10 degree low temperature. That is, Q10 is equal to rate of deterioration at temperature T. Now, this is the key, rate of deterioration. Now, we can add the change in texture. Rate of deterioration, we can take a parameter, a single parameter at a time. That is, for example, we can take the change in texture of fresh fruits like apple. We know that its texture is very sound and smooth when it is fresh. If it shrivels, it is a defect or deterioration. So, here we can add that rate of deterioration at temperature T. At particular temperature in a particular defined time, the rate of change in texture of apple we can write here. After calculating that individual deterioration factor plus 10 degree centigrade rate of upon rate of deterioration at temperature T, that is R1. So, basically we know the factor, that is Q10 factor. Generally for biological system, Q10 factor is between 2 to 3. So, in ideal condition, lower the Q10 factor, the higher the quality, and higher the Q10 factor, the lower the quality for optimal condition or optimal storage condition. Now, the table 2, classification of fresh horticultural crops according to their relative perishability and potential storage life in air at near optimum temperature and relative humidity. So, in ideal conditions, if apricot has 2 weeks of potential storage life, its relative perishability is called very high. So, it is a commodity centric table. These are avocado to tomato. If potential storage life is 2 to 4, it will call high potential, high relative perishability. Then like moderate is 4 to 8 weeks, then low is 8 to 16, very low is less than 16. So, This is the table. Now, second aspect of seeing Q10. When it is not the optimal condition, optimal storage condition, effect of temperature on the deterioration of a non-chilling sensitive commodity. We can understand this by the table 3, that is effect of increasing temperature on Q10 value of respiration. Temperature is 0 to 10, Q10 value is 2.5 to 4, and we can see as temperature increases the Q10 value decreases, that 30 to 40 degrees centigrade Q10 value is 1 to 1.5. Now there is a confusion when we are saying that if Q10 value is 2 or below 2, that the deterioration is less. If it is high, deterioration in particular parameter is high, then after increasing temperature, how come Q10 values are decreasing? We can understand it that after certain condition, after certain temperature, every metabolic activity of a food system can be ceased or impaired. Means at very much high temperature, the respiration, ability of respiration of a food system will lower, the enzymatic changes will lower, the temperature will cease or impair the all metabolic activity. It will deteriorate, but the Q10 value will be down because of low respiration rate. So, we have to consider the set of situation, then we can understand the meaning of Q10 value in different conditions. Using Q10 values, the effect of different temperatures on the rates of respiration or deterioration and relative shelf life of a typical perishable commodity can be estimated. Okay. Now, the table 4. Table 4 is the effect of temperature on the deterioration rate of a non-chilling sensitive commodity. So, the non-chilling sensitive commodities have different set of, at different set of temperature, they have different assumed Q10 and different relative velocity of deterioration and different relative post-harvest life and different loss percentage per day. So, if we go to chilling or we go to non-chilling or to select the environment, we have to see the optimum condition for each and every specific variety or species of fruit, each and every fruit and vegetable. We cannot design storage condition on general consideration that we will chill all the fruits and vegetables or we will store them at room temperature or higher temperature. So, we have to use the recommended storage temperature for a selection of fruits and vegetables, and this recommended storage temperature is dependent on the chemical composition, their need, etc. Now, we can see the storage requirement. In table 5, we can see storage requirements for common vegetables and fruit. This table has 4 columns. First is produce, second is temperature required, third is relative humidity, that is the moisture content needed in the environment, the storage environment, and the expected storage life. So for example, if we store apple at 32 degrees centigrade, relative humidity in the storage room 90 to 95%, then storage life of apple can be 4 to 6 months. And likewise, this table is here. You can study and understand the need of each and every type of fruits and vegetables storage requirements and expected shelf life. Now table 6. Table 6 heading is susceptibility of fruits and vegetables to chilling injury at low but non-freezing temperatures. This table has 3 columns. First is commodity, the name of commodity. Second is lowest safe temperature, and third is chilling injury symptoms. So we have to understand that chilling can cause certain injuries. So lowest safe temperature for different fruits and vegetables is different. Now first commodity is aubergines, that is brinjal. I repeat, aubergines, that is brinjal. And we can see the lowest safe temperature for each and every type of fruits and vegetables. I will discuss here the chilling injury symptoms. That first is surface scald. What is surface scald? The thermal injury is known as scald. So thermal injury by heat on the surface of the fruit or vegetable is known as surface scald. Now the Alternaria Rot. It's a fungal infection. It can be uh, in the it can survive, the fungus can survive in plant debris. So if at the storage plant debris is not cleaned time to time, it can be there. Then a wet and humid environment favors this Alternaria, and it's a very surviving fungus. So it can travel, or it can have survive, it can have a survival at very long time. So it's a kind of rot, and we can see in the picture that what is the effect of Alternaria rot. As you are seeing, this is the Alternaria rot development, this fungus development in different type of fruits and vegetables. You can see that. Now, gray discoloration of flesh, you can see the gray discoloration, then dull gray brown skin. Pitting is the bruising, means indenting without the puncture on the skin, without the split on the skin. There is a pit or gadha is there, that is known as pitting. Then russeting, the rust color development is known as russeting, and it is characterized by the death of the surface cell, and rusty brown chestnut or rusty brown to chestnut brown color develops. Then water soaked spot, the sogginess development on the skin. Then decay, the skin dullness is known as decay, then scald, piking is the uh, development of some patches is known as piking. Then red blotch, we can see here the red blotch. This is the irregular blotches or dhabbe, as you can see on the banana, irregular patches. Red patches on lemons are the chilling injury. Then uneven ripening, the uneven ripening in mango, it is also a chilling injury. Then here you are seeing the biker highlighted because it is not a biker, it is bitter flavor. Bitter flavor in watermelon is a chilling injury. Then I think internal discoloration, dull green color, all the abnormal ripening in tomato, that is over ripening. So I think all the terms are, all the injury symptom terms are clear. Now moving the moisture loss and food storability. Water is the main constituent of fresh fruits and vegetables, which maintains the freshness of the produce. We see the sprinkling of water all the time on fruits and vegetables, which uh, look them fresh, and it also maintains the turgidity, that is the structure of the cell. The water holds the structure of the cell. This unique character is known as turgidity. Then harvested produce should be handled carefully to minimize both water loss and the presence of free water. So water loss is important, in fruits and vegetables. Why presence of free water? As we know that water present in any cell structure is of two type. First is free water and second is bound water. Now bound water is bounded to the some fibrous elements of the cell, which is not available to microorganisms. And if microorganisms are present, they will use the free water as a mobilization carrier. Mobilization of what? Mobilization of nutrient to themselves, cells nutrient. They mobilize cells nutrients to them, and metabolic waste, their microbes metabolic waste to the cell. So this mobilization can occur only in the presence of free water, because microbes use free water as the mobilization carrier. So reduction in free water is a very good way to maintain or extend shelf life in context to the microbes. Water loss results in weight loss, wilting, shriveling, all these things, while free water or condensation facilitates free, if free water is there, it facilitates pathogen growth. Understanding and managing the water relations is therefore a critical component of post harvest handlings. So temperature management and the water content management is very much important in the storage method for fruits and vegetables. Now, moisture loss from a fruit and vegetable is driven by a difference in water vapor pressure. As we know, the all commodities exert water as we have seen in the figure, the fruit or vegetable exert water in the air, and this water is released in the form of vapor, and this vapor creates pressure on the product surface and the environment. Evaporation which occurs at the product surface is an endothermic process which will cool the surface, thus lowering the vapor pressure at the surface and reducing transpiration. So, respiration increases and transpiration reduces the heat. Now, the table 7. Water content by weight of some fruits and vegetables. This table has 4 columns. First, name of the fruit. Second, water content. And this part, fruit and water content, is for fruits, and vegetable and water content is for vegetable. So, basically there is 2 tables in a one. So, we know the ideal or desirable water content of each fruit and vegetable type. We can see from the table. Now we know the 2 important factors, temperature and water content maintenance at the storage. Now the first most important type of method for storage is controlled atmosphere storage. Quality and the freshness of fruits and vegetables are retained under controlled atmosphere conditions without the use of any chemicals. Under controlled conditions, many products can be stored for 2 to 4 times longer than usual. Controlled atmosphere storage is a system for holding produce in an atmosphere that differs substantially from normal air in respect to carbon dioxide and oxygen level. Basically, what controlled atmosphere do, that it maintains the aerobic respiration system, but it lowers the concentration of oxygen, so it reduces the respiration rate. Now, there are 2 types of methods of controlled atmosphere storage. First is static, that is static controlled atmosphere storage, and second is flushed controlled atmosphere storage. Static is where the product generates the atmosphere, and flushed is where atmosphere is supplied from flowing gas stream. So, basically, when controlling the atmosphere by ventilation, then it is known as the static controlled atmosphere storage, where stacking and ventilation is used to control the concentration of oxygen and carbon dioxide. It is the static controlled atmosphere storage, where ventilation, stacking, temperature, 3 factors are used to control the, to alter the environment or atmosphere, that is known as static. And flushed is that where the oxygen, where the carbon dioxide is supplied to reduce the concentration of oxygen and with the maintenance of temperature, that is flushed controlled atmosphere storage system. Now, table 8. Table 8 heading is maximum permissible limit of water loss in certain fruits and vegetables. So, basically it has 3 columns. First is serial number, second is commodity, and third is maximum permissible water loss, and same is continuous: serial number, commodity, maximum permissible water loss. So for example, for apple, maximum permissible water loss is 7.5%, and for vegetables like beans, maximum permissible water loss is 6, and we can see likewise. No, now the table 10. These table 9, its heading is recommended conditions for controlled atmosphere storage. Only fruits and vegetables for which commercial uses of controlled atmosphere storage are common have been included. Now, these are the recommended condition. This table have 4 columns. First is the name of the fruit or vegetable. Second is temperature range, which is divided into 2 degree centigrade or Fahrenheit. The temperature units are there, but the temperature is same. Then third column heading is percentage oxygen range, and fourth column heading is percentage carbon dioxide range. So you can see what are the requirements for controlled atmospheric storage for given type of fruits and vegetables like strawberry, apple, kiwi fruit, nuts and dried foods, etc. Now this is the table 10, same for some other fruits and vegetable. Their expected storage time is also there. Now the second type of storage method, which is a on-farm storage technique, because controlled atmosphere storage technique is not a on-farm storage technique. It was a commercial storage technique which needs a proper structure and infrastructure. Structure means building, infrastructure means temperature regulation system, storing capacity, stacking system, ventilation system, etc. Now this is the zero energy cool chamber. Abbreviation is capital ZECC. It is a on-farm technique for storing fruits and vegetables based on the principle of direct evaporative cooling. As we know, evaporation can cool the surface of the fruits and vegetables, and it will reduce the rate of respiration. So based on the principle of direct evaporative cooling, zero energy cool chambers have been developed. These are low cost technology, and they doesn't require any electricity or power. They only need water, bricks, sand, bamboo and water circulation pipes. So it is a very low cost structure, and this can reduce temperature by 10 to 15 degrees centigrade and maintain high humidity of about 95 degrees centigrade. Why humidity is important? Humidity is important because if the moisture content of a fruit and moisture content of the air is different, then if moisture content of air is less than the moisture content of the fruit, then environment will leach out the moisture from the fruit to maintain the equilibrium. So humidity maintenance is very much important. So whatever the moisture content of the fruits and vegetable, there should be in ideal condition, there should be a same humidity in the air. So now this is the procedure for constructing ZECC. This is the technical procedure for constructing this is how the ZECC looks like. As you can see, the structure of bricks, these are the pipes, system of pipe is there. These are fruits and vegetables in the separate baskets, and this is the covering system, as you can see that. Now, this is the procedure depicting the construction. How to construct this? Making the floor of the chamber by the bricks, then erecting double wall with cavity. Double walls are there, but cavity should be there, and then watering the chamber, the cavity of the chamber. Third is watering the chamber, okay, the cavity of the chamber. And third, the watering the cavity and fill the cavity with wet sand, then making the top cover with the husk. Then after that, this cool chamber is prepared. Cool chamber is prepared, as you can see. Then storing the plastic crates and basket, then covering the plastic sheet to avoid the loss of humidity and moisture. So, or cool chamber can be under shed for extra protection. So, this is the technical procedure how one can construct the ZECC. Now, these are the precautions. You can read the precautions. So, I think this is quite clear. This topic, storage methods for fruits and vegetables, is clear. If anything you want to understand, kindly post your question in the comment box and make the handwritten notes from this lecture, that is storage methods for fruits and vegetables.